So, like, everything that is happening in the world, and like, nobody is talking about this, everything is coming back to, and nobody's talking about this, obviously, because the world is so against what I'm saying. Everything is coming back to the fall of Julius Caesar. So, this like Antichrist that you're waiting to arrive is likely going to be the embodiment of the man that was Julius Caesar. Because everything fell to the dark side of the moon when Julius Caesar was enabled to be assassinated. This was like people revered him as God. Whether it was true or not, it was like that was the man that people on earth, you're on earth, you're not in heaven. Jesus Christ in heaven, you're not in heaven, you're on earth. Everything was like revered to Julius Caesar. And do you know what happened when Julius Caesar was assassinated? It ruined everything. The woman was out without her father. The kids were without their father. He kept everything intact. And I'm not like professing this as like, almighty truth, but I'm just painting a picture of like a woman. I'm not Roman, like I don't go along with like the Roman, because Marcus Antonius went off to Rome and he began to like try to be like a man of Rome. We're living in like modern day Rome that is like not what God's will was intended for this world. So when Julius Caesar was assassinated, it ruined everything. It disrupted the connection between Greece and Egypt and Rome. And then Marcus Antonius went off into Rome and he just was like eating up all of the attention that he was distracted with in Rome. And then Cleopatra told Mark Antony, like she had people tell Mark Antony in Rome that she died. And because he thought she died, he killed himself. So this is like a message to the men of the world. It's like, if you're living in the distractions of Rome and the Roman culture, the woman was like, just tell the man that I killed myself. And when they told the man that that she killed herself, Mark Antony went and he killed himself. But she didn't actually die. So then she went on to kill herself. And this was the fall of this republic that is like everything in the world. This is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Julius Caesar was the embodiment of God himself on the earth. So when people were able to kill him, it disrupted the relationship between the man and the woman. Mark Antony went off into Rome and he just was like kind of probably distraught, but he just like just drowned in whores and alcohol and whatever. And that is like very characteristic of the world that we're living in right now. It's very characteristic of the world we're living in now. And so in retaliation, Cleopatra said, just tell Mark Antony that I killed myself. I'm dead. I'm gone. And then when the information reached him in Rome with all of his distraction and all of his nonsense and all of his riffraff, what did he do? He decided to kill himself. And then when Cleopatra found out that Mark Antony killed himself, she then decided to kill herself. We all fucking fell when Julius Caesar fell. We all fell when Julius Caesar fell. 30 years later, we got Jesus Christ, who came back as a final freaking covenant for you people, for anybody who could just escape through the covenant and the sacrifice that he made. because everybody fell before him. 30 years before him, everybody fell. And we're still in despair. I mean, I don't know, you're probably not, but I am still in despair about what happened. Big time. Big time, dude. I can't sleep at night. Everything is being brought to the surface. Like, I can't sleep at night. Like, I can't undo the damage that has been done. Like, I can't undo it myself. Like, I can't undo the damage myself. I can't undo the damage that happened when Julius Caesar fell. So when the Antichrist comes back, you know, he might be doing the will of God and it might seem to be super evil, but he might grab me as a captive. I don't know. And in the meantime, it's like, what is anyone else doing? Are you distracted by Rome? Are you distracted by Rome? Like, Christ coming back in the minds of men, like, are you just distracted by Rome? Like, are you just going along with the lie? The woman lied. I'm not gonna lie. The woman lied. She lied. She did it. She did it. But it wasn't true. And if you only have faith in God, you would know that that wasn't true and you would have persevered further beyond. But I've come into contact with people that have this deep wound that is very connected to my deep wound, and they cry and they mourn. They cry and they mourn. And I don't know what to do about it. They cry, they mourn. But Jesus came so that people didn't have to cry and mourn any longer. He had to make right what wasn't right. He brings all things together through himself because we fucked up so bad. I mean, the dynamic of Julius Caesar, Cleopatra, and Mark Antony, like, we fucked up so bad that only Christ could come to redeem us. Only Christ could come to redeem us. And the enemies of Persia coming in from the east, like, only Christ could have redeemed us. And we can't just, like, profess our timelines. We just have to go straight to God through Jesus. And that's just it. Like, I've said it. That's just it. Riley Rage, so good to see you. I appreciate you so much. Dude, we're wrapping up a huge cycle of time, and it's very intense. It's very intense.